Good morning, my name is K Tindale. Let's go back to 1969 and a film called The Illustrated Man. Now, this is a film based on 3 Ray Bradbury stories tied together by a man whose skin is covered in tattoos, or skin illustrations as he insists on calling them. The man is called Carl and is played by Rod Steiger. The skin illustrations depict what will happen in the future. The 3 Ray Bradbury stories I mentioned are The Veldt, The Long Rain and The Last Night of the World. The Veldt is actually about virtual reality, specifically a VR nursery for kids, which produces whatever environment the children imagine. And bearing in mind this is a 1969 film and Ray Bradbury wrote these stories quite a long time before this. So he was writing about VR quite a while ago. A VR nursery for kids, which produces whatever environment the children imagine, and in this case, the VR nursery seems to only create an African veldt with lions in. A child psychologist suggests that it be switched off so that the children become more self-sufficient. Later, the children trap the parents in the nursery and the lions eat them. The Long Rain is about Venus, and a group of astronauts become stranded there, where it is continually raining. It's raining a lot. It never stops. The astronauts have to find a sun dome, but when they find it, it's been destroyed. They go on to search for another, but become despondent and either go mad or commit suicide as the rain drives them to desperation. The Last Night of the World, that story, every adult has the same vision that the earth will end that night. The ruling council decides to spare the children by not telling them anything about this, just carry on as normal. And it is decided to kill the children in their sleep with a pill before bed to spare them. The couple featured in the story then wake up the next day and the world didn't end, but they have needlessly killed their children. Now, it wasn't a successful film in many ways. It didn't make the money it intended, for one thing, but also the critics didn't like it. The screenplay was heavily criticised. Ray Bradbury himself was not involved in the film, and he also didn't like it, but he thought that Rod Steiger was very good in it. Whenever I've seen it on telly, it has a particular feel about it, which I quite like. It's not really cinematic at all, but it's not very televisual either. It's, well, somewhere in between, I suppose, and combined with the feel of a sort of generations old holiday Super 8 feel. It's kind of lo-fi. I find the story quite engaging, but then I didn't know I wasn't supposed to like it because I wasn't aware of what the critics had said about it. If you ever notice it on telly, I'd suggest watching it, or setting it to record. It really is kind of worth watching. The Illustrated Man, 1969. My name is K Tindale. If you like these, please think about liking or subscribing. If you don't, have a good weekend anyway. Thank you very much. Goodbye.